Have you ever felt that invisible sting? A word, a glance, an unspoken judgment that lands squarely in the center of your chest, leaving you breathless, confused, and suddenly questioning everything? It arrives uninvited, settling heavy, pulling at the threads of your peace, twisting your thoughts into knots. Perhaps it was a casual comment from a friend, a sharp criticism from a colleague, or even a stranger's momentary rudeness. In that instant, the world seems to shrink, and their perception of you, however fleeting or misinformed, becomes an overwhelming reality. You replay the scene, dissecting every word, every nuance, searching for what you might have done wrong, feeling the slow burn of injustice or the cold grip of inadequacy. It's a profound exhaustion, isn't it? This internal battle against an external opinion, a silent war waged within the confines of your own mind. You feel adrift, unmoored by the currents of someone else's mood or projection, yearning for a quiet harbor where your spirit can simply rest, untouched and whole. We carry these moments with us, sometimes for hours, sometimes for days, allowing them to shape our moods, our confidence, even our interactions with others. The echo of an unfair remark can become a persistent hum, coloring our entire day, making us withdraw, or conversely, making us defensively lash out. It's as if a small, sharp shard has been lodged within, and every movement, every breath, reminds us of its presence. Why do we grant so much power to the words and actions of others? Why do we allow their transient expressions to dictate our inner landscape? Is it a deep-seated need for approval, a longing to be seen, understood and validated by the world around us? We invest so much of ourselves into presenting a certain image, hoping for acceptance, only to find that image distorted or dismissed by someone else's lens. This constant striving for external validation is a tiring journey, a path that often leads to feeling lost and emotionally depleted, wondering if there's a way to reclaim our energy, our true selves, from this tangled web of expectations and misinterpretation. Consider for a moment the profound truth that often eludes us in these vulnerable moments. When someone lashes out, criticizes, or projects their negativity onto you, their words and actions are rarely, if ever, truly about you. They are a mirror reflecting their own inner state, their own struggles, their own pain, their own limitation. Picture a cloudy day. The sky is gray, the air is heavy. Is the cloudiness a personal affront to the sun? No, it is simply the weather of that moment. Similarly, a person's anger, frustration, or judgment is often just their internal weather system expressing itself. They might be wrestling with fear, insecurity, past wounds, or current stressors that have absolutely nothing to do with your presence or your being. They might be speaking from a place of ignorance, a narrow perspective, or a defensive posture born of their own unmet needs. Their perception of you is filtered through their unique life experiences, their beliefs, their biases, their history. A lens entirely their own, and one you have no control over. This realization is a quiet revolution. It's like stepping back from a chaotic scene and seeing it from a distance, understanding that you are not part of the drama, but merely an observer caught in its momentary swirl. You are not responsible for their emotions, their reactions, or their projection. Their judgment of you says more about them and their internal world than it ever could about your inherent worth. Have you ever considered that the person criticizing might be experiencing immense self-doubt, or that the person dismissing you might be struggling with a deep sense of unworthiness themselves? What if their harshness is a cry for help, or a desperate attempt to feel powerful in a world where they often feel powerless? This isn't to excuse their behavior, but to offer a path to understanding that liberates you from carrying their burden. It creates a gentle distance, a space for compassion, not just for them, but profoundly for yourself. To embrace this truth is to begin building an invisible shield, not one of armor that hardens you, but one of gentle understanding that softens your response. It's about cultivating an inner sanctuary where the winds of external opinion can blow without shaking the foundations of your being. When you encounter negativity, instead of instantly absorbing it, pause. Take a slow, quiet breath. Ask yourself, is this truly about me, or is it a reflection of where this person is right now? This pause is your boundary, your moment of sovereignty. It allows you to observe the situation rather than immediately reacting to it. You become the quiet watcher of the storm rather than being swept away by its current. You begin to understand that you can witness someone else's emotional outpouring without needing to internalize it, without needing to fix it, and crucially, without needing to believe it is a truthful statement about who you are. This practice is an act of deep self-love. It's about consciously choosing to protect your inner peace, to guard your energy, and to preserve your emotional well-being. It recognizes that your worth is intrinsic, not something to be earned or validated by external approval. You are worthy simply because you exist. Imagine gently detaching yourself from the drama, not out of indifference, but out of a profound commitment to your own wholeness. You can still offer kindness, understanding, or even helpful feedback if appropriate. But you do so from a place of calm strength, not from a place of needing to defend yourself or justify your existence. It's a compassionate detachment, allowing you to see the person's humanity, their struggles, while simultaneously affirming your own. It's the quiet acceptance that some people will always project, always misunderstand, always see you through their own distorted lens, and that is perfectly okay. Their perceptions do not define your reality. The secret, then, is not to become unfeeling or indifferent, but to become discerning, to recognize what belongs to you and what belongs to another, to realize that most of what lands on us is simply debris from someone else's journey, a story they are telling about their own inner landscape. And you, in your quiet strength, have the power to let it pass through you, leaving no trace. This isn't a technique to be mastered overnight, but a gentle, ongoing practice, a quiet cultivation of inner resilience. Each time you choose not to take something personally, you reclaim a piece of your peace, you mend a tear in your spirit, and you deepen your connection to the authentic self that lies beneath the surface of external noise. In this quiet acceptance, you find a profound, unwavering freedom. You are liberated to simply be, whole and unburdened, resting in the peaceful knowledge that your worth is undeniable, your spirit unbreakable, and your inner world, your most sacred sanctuary,